I'm preparing to complete one of RuneScape's most insane challenges. Since this account's inception, I've been locked to a tiny square of land in the massive world of Gielinor. This chunk of land is home to one of the most challenging pieces of content in the game, the Chambers of Xeric, RuneScape's first ever raid. In order to leave this chunk and expand my territory, I must conquer the most demanding skilling challenges, complete all possible tasks, and collect all unique or best in slot items. Today, I begin making the final preparations for the biggest grind yet, challenge mode raids. In the last episode, we got 75 fishing and 75 cooking so we could catch the next tier of bats. At the same time, we finished our lamping goal of 20 crafting so we can make the hard leather body. Then, we spent hundreds of hours getting 84 hunter so we could then catch ninja implings to gain some best in slot items. We start off this episode by getting level 40 magic, and this level is required for some new magic gear, mystic gloves, mystic boots, and this bark helm. This brings our magic attack from plus 18 to plus 27. And as we start our melee training, we finally get the adamant med helm, which is the best in slot tank helm for ranged and melee. Alright boys, time for something big. We're going to start our range training. Currently we're level 1 ranged. Got just over 3,000 iron arrows, 4,000 bronze arrows exactly. We've got wild pies to boost us up 4 range levels. And we're gonna see how well we can hit these trolls. Maybe some curse spells to get their defense down a little bit as well. See how it goes. As you could imagine, that wasn't going too well. So we're back to speccing it down with our main. We reached 20 range, and now we can use the studded chaps. There's level 30 range. And so we can wear the snakeskin boots. That's another best in slot. There is level 40 range coming in. Took more than a few hours for this one. It is not fast, but we are upgrading to the U longbow and rune arrows. Even though it's a slower weapon, it should speed up quite a bit. And there we are, level 50 range. At this level, we can now wear the blue d'hide chaps for the first time. That is a best in slot. This is where we're going to stop the range training for now. This bow is very slow, and I think if we tried to upgrade to the magic short bow as soon as possible, we could definitely get the range levels a lot quicker and it'd be even more accurate. So I think that's going to be the plan for now. We are going to try to do something else and maybe work on that fletching a bit passively. So we've been accumulating some more gems here and there, and I finally decided that we would finish off level 43 crafting. This is a chunk requirement for cutting a diamond. So let's go ahead and get a diamond out of the bank, and we'll cut the diamond. First diamond cut on the account. So after achieving 50 range and getting some of my melees up, I got coerced by my stream to try out some trio chambers challenge modes specifically, just to see how they are. Even though my stats are still way underdeveloped, we just wanted to see how it goes. So now you guys get to see how I do in the rooms leading up to Ulm and going into Ulm for the first time. So first off is Tecton, which solely relies on my teammates hitting their special attacks. In this case, they hit all 4 of their special attacks, which made hitting on Tecton pretty easy. The other good thing about this boss is that everything is avoidable, all of the attacks. So we can actually get through this room without making any mistakes. And we actually did this tecton with no mistakes, so we got the blind spot combat achievement. The Ice Demon room is also pretty simple. So I'll just have a teammate tank the boss's attacks, and all I have to do is sit in the safe spot to the north side, and there's no way I can take damage. And so far I'm not exactly sure if it's better to use ranged or mage, but as you can see here, mage hits every once in a while, so using that here, and it's not working too bad. Now you'll see a trend here with the Shaman Room, where theoretically you can take 0 damage. However, in this particular raid I did take a hit from a shaman and got poisoned, which did lead me to the conclusion that I should be bringing in a strange fruit for every raid, just for the chance of this happening. Maybe like 1 in 10 raids, this is a possibility to happen. So in this scenario I just had to die and reset my stats, but in the future shouldn't be a problem. So I encountered a problem in the prep room. Since my teammates are pretty high hunter, it's 2 types of bats that spawn. The lower level ones are the ones that I can catch, and the higher level ones are the tier 90 bats that I can't catch yet. So as I was catching these bats, they all turned into the higher level bats, which basically locked me out of being able to get more food at this stage. With this problem, I feel it's probably best that I get at least 90 hunter before we start grinding out CMs to completion. For the Vanguard Room, there's also a nifty little safe spot in the northeast corner here. We can trap the meleeer and freely mage him. As far as the other 2, you do have to tank them somewhat. I can have another player tank the major for me, but we'll have to make sure that we're high health and have a good amount of food available if we're going to attack the ranger with melee. So obviously the best way to do Vespula would be to use the redemption method, which I do not have yet. So once we get redemption, the plan is to walk our way to Vespula to conserve our run energy, make sure that we're at 100%. Then we will just use the redemption method like normal, hopefully not running out of run energy too quickly. There's not too much special that we need to do for Vasa. Basically just wait for my teammates to venge bomb, and then we can enter the room after that and just move to avoid damage. That's about it. The Mutal Room is probably the most dangerous room in the entire raid. I made the decision to stay out of the room with only 50 HP because it can easily combo for up to 80 damage. When I start grinding CMs, I'll have at least 75 HP and will probably try to be over max HP as much as I possibly can until the first Mutal is dead. And now it's finally time to enter Olm for the first time. As you can see, we do not have that much food. I once again got unlucky on the bats in the resource room. The rough thing about the Olm fight with this HP is that I basically have to stay max HP or try and tick eat basically every attack. One thing I can do is run the head and my teammates will take the damage during the magic phase. Makes it a lot less damage taken. During the melee phase I can also run the head so that I can avoid more damage. We did end up surviving pretty far in this Olm fight, just kind of got complacent at the end. I should have drinking a brew there, would have survived, but either way, the points are not too high. Definitely looking forward to doing some more raids once we are higher stats. Overall, it was fun and we learned a lot about what we still need on the account to be able to fight Olm in trios. I got a Dark Relic that raid. We're going to throw it on to farming here, and that will bring us to level 10 farming. My good pal Agile Tom got a Twisted Kit that raid, and I got a Dark Relic. So we're going to throw that on farming again, and that's going to bring us to level 15 farming. And here's my first lamp from a Prison Pete random. Lamping has definitely changed forever, and that's level 18 agility, which gives us a bit better run regen. So in order to make sure I was getting the best combat XP possible, I decided to try out a pretty unique method, going into the Vasa room with some food just to stay alive for a bit longer and dodging the attacks from Vasa. And then we're gonna try just stabbing this crystal for a while. What I found is that it does hit pretty well, but it's really just not worth the extra time in between crystals, and the rune dagger is definitely not as good as the rune sim. So even though this was a pretty unique method that I thought I'd share with you guys, I believe trolls are still the fastest way for me to get my combat levels up. There's 80 fishing. I know this level seems pretty random, but we are trying to passively get our cooking level up to 90. So I came up with a neat idea for speeding up potential grinds on the account from Verf and his live streams. He's been doing a fletching grind on some willow trees. Well, I thought I could probably try that out on stars as well. If you make snow with the antlers, which is a holiday item, it makes a snow patch on the ground, and by trying to pick up the snow and then trying to mine the star at the same time, you can actually 3-tick the star, so a bit faster mining XP per hour if we need it. I honestly wasn't thinking this was going to work, but you can actually make snow piles inside of the raid as well, so that is potentially a way that we could speed up the fishing grind also. We just got 43 prayer, protect from melee unlocked. That's big. About to slaughter some trolls now. There's level 50 attack.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light.
55 strength.
Between the walls I built for myself right in my mind.
His 44 prayer even got a combat level there. 44 prayer, of course, unlocking Eagle Eye. Be a good upgrade when we go back to range training. There's 60 strength. Very strong now. I think we're gonna maybe switch to attack here. Oh. Unexpected. But we got 1,000 total level. That's pretty awesome. Did not expect to get that, but all the levels coming in today, I guess is bound to happen. Level 55 attack. Way a lot more accurate now. Just got 45 prayer. Very hard reclining there. 45 prayer, Mystic Might, and that is the last of the offensive prayers that I'll be getting in this chunk until we unlock Rigor and Augury. Hell yeah. This is going to be first super strength bot on the account. This is going to be very useful for when we go for speeds. I just picked up first pair of rune claws from Ninja Impling. Put these on, and they actually have a special attack that I believe is my first special attack in the chunk. However, this special attack is pretty bad, not gonna lie. Basically slows down your attack speed by 1 and increases the accuracy and damage by 10%, which is not worth it. There's level 60 attack. I believe, yep, we're finally at a higher combat level than these trolls. Got 60 hit points and honestly didn't even notice. Of these hit points levels, they come out of nowhere. But feeling healthy for that. You said strength level is 65. Just now noticing. Thanks to Autos here for the bond. Two bonds. Nice. Thank you. Making it into the video. This lamp here, we're going to over to 24 agility. This is a new fun regeneration that we get, so I guess we'll accumulate our run energy back a bit faster. So that's nice. Level 75 strength, 75 combat. It's 5 more levels in strength to go. There's level 49 prayer. Unlocks a big level account redemption. That'll be used a lot at Vespula. And there is level 75 strength. We're done with strength for now, and it's time to match that with attack. There's level 65 attack, level 80 combat, pretty big. There's level 70 attack. If we're a normal account, we could wield a whip. But we're not, so we're gonna keep going to 75 so that eventually we can use that Elder Maul. Just hit 70 hit points. Hit points levels are gaining. Getting closer and closer to what the strength and attack is at. That's pretty good. $75 attack. There's 3 skills at 75. That is requirement to wield an Elder Maul. So glad to have that. Into defensive, and let's get our way to 75. We made some insane progress this episode. Thank you guys for watching. In this episode, we got some best slot gear upgrades. We got the snakeskin boots, the mystic gloves and boots. We got the blue d'hide chaps and the adamant med helm. We also completed a combat achievement task in this episode, and we got to level 75 strength, 75 attack, so that in the future we can wield the Elder Maul, and that will give us a good start for Chambers of Xeric. Also, we got the 43 crafting goal for the chunks. That is crossed off. If you guys are interested in some live content, I've been streaming over at twitch.tv/agiletom. Thank you. Have a great day.